to it. Wow, there's a lot going on. Can't keep up. Can't keep up. And brothers are firing out videos left and right daily. Salakia. I got a dry voice, so trying to stay hydrated. And so just for some advice, start feeling a little down, try to do some exercise. Stationary bike is what I want. Recently purchased a stationary bike, and I hit that bike for about 25 minutes. It made a world of difference. Gets the endorphins moving and the blood flow pumping. So I feel a little better. Shalom. Barak atah Yahweh. Barak atah Yahweh Shai. Barak atah Yahweh. Barak atah Yahweh Shai. Kol halayim la Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Bahashem or Kol Kadosh. Or praises be to the Most High, Yahweh, in the name of His Son and our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai. Much respect and honor to the brothers that are doing the work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and freedom to do so, pushing this gospel throughout the four corners of the earth. Salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad. Double honor and respect to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and to the beloved ladies of the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. And I just saw you, the beloved lady, hopeful elect lady over in Howard. I sent your husband a text message, and I left him a voicemail. So I left him a message, called him about 5 minutes ago. So I want to jump into this lesson. Shalom, beloved Malak, Gabar Ayash, serving Yahweh Shai. Shalom, beloved, Rakatah. So I want to jump into this lesson, caring for the widow. Caring for the widow. So this lesson, the widow, first of all, the Bible is speaking in a similitude, a dark saying. The widow is the elect of the house of Israel. And I want to start here first. Let's go here. One moment. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 11. The book of 2 Corinthians 11, verse 1. Would to God ye could bear with me a little in my folly, and indeed bear with me. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach. So we are married unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And our marriage vows is this word. This is our contract. The promises made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So these are our marriage vows. And the elect are coming back to the contract in these last days, being reconciliated back, which means repaired, a friendship being rekindled. So an amendment to this breach of contract that we violated is being amended for the Lord's elect. And we can read further about that in the book of Hebrews 8, verses 5 through 8. Judah and Israel. Let's go to Jeremiah 6. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 6, verse 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. So the Lord made us to be a noble vine, clean, white, pristine, to be a perfect model, a masterpiece in his eyes. So we are being made over, remade. Whenever you're preparing for a wedding, everything has to be put back in order. Everything has to be clean, pristine. Everything has to be set up or arranged, orderly arrangement. So the Lord's bride is being adorned with a new look, a new walk, a new talk, being fashioned to be prepared to meet our bridegroom, Yahushua. But it takes labor to set the wedding table, to invite the guests, to prepare the feast, the great supper. It takes laborers to put up the decorations, to adorn the bride, the elect of the house of Israel. Let's go here. Forgot where I want to go. Where did I want to go? Let's go to Sirach 35. I got lost. Sirach 35. Let's go to verse 13. He will not accept any person against a poor man, but will hear the prayer of the oppressed. He will not despise the supplication of the fatherless, nor the widow, when she poureth out her complaint. So the Lord's widow is his elect that's crying out, brokenhearted, oppressed, depressed, crying out to be reunited with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So the elect is anguish in spirit. This is vexation to be in a wicked kingdom, in a world of gross darkness and destruction that teaches us it's okay to violate the Lord's word, his contract. It's okay to be rebellious. It's okay to do our own thing. But little did we know the habitation of sin is bondage. So we were told we were free to rebel against the Most High. But it digged a deeper and deeper pit to be ensnared underneath this web of the global elites. So we are caught up in a trap of perpetual servitude because of our rebellion. Yup. Sirach 35, verse 14. He will not despise the supplication of the fatherless, nor the widow when she poureth out her complaint. Do not tears run down the widow's cheeks, and is not her cry against him that causeth them to fall. So we're crying out against the oppressor, against tyranny, against unrighteous decrees. We're crying out against perpetual affliction to our soul. So we are severed off from our husband because we broke the marriage vows. So now we are literally begging on our knees to be brought back into his good mercy and grace. So why are we crying in our affliction? Let's go here first, and then we'll go to Brother Mayan Yasharallah. Let's go to Isaiah 10. Isaiah 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. So it's okay to shake your thing, do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to. We got families being broken up, women walking out on their husbands, kids being able to leave home without any accountability, fathers being able to abandon their families without any accountability, being able to commit all types of abominable acts and be told this is freedom, this is liberty. So we were given a false sense of security. And most of us have adapted, what's that syndrome when you've been under captivity a while? Stockholm syndrome. So our oppressor have taught us rebelling against the Most High is love. Getting hand-me-outs, government handouts, that's love. Despite the families being fractured, broken up, we've been told this is an exhibition of sympathy and charity because we're able to express ourselves through our own fleshly lusts, rebellion. So these unrighteous decrees are infractions against the marriage contract. Let's go here. Shalom, beloved. Alma Yasharala, Barakatah. Let's go here to Brother Bayan Yasharala. Micah 7 and 9. I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. So that light is an extension of his mercy and grace, a renewed wedding vow. So we have a shedding of blood through Yahweh Shai, because the token of our marriage with him, we breached that marriage. That was the blood sprinkled on the congregation by Moses. You see? So we had to have another shedding of blood, Yahweh Shai, to be brought back to our husband. Because a woman, when she sheds that blood on that sheet, that is a token of consummating a marriage with her husband. Husband means planter, which is our Heavenly Father. So we are bearing the indignation of our own rebellion, our own fleshly lust, to trust on riding the carousel of these other gods, our lovers that have abandoned us, that beat and bruised us, smacked us around, and made us into harlots. Brother Gabar Ayash, 2 Ezra 15 and 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. So the calmly and delicate woman, the bride of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is a damsel in distress, screaming out for being violated by these false gods, by these other nations, our lovers, our pimps, for lack of better words, that have slapped us around, sold us and prostituted us, abused us, treated us with a false sense of security, a false sense of love, through their doctrines, through their abominable idols, their gods, and told us Freedom of religion is a demonstration of love, which cannot be further from the truth. We are sick, afflicted, depressed, downtrodden. We are feeling mental anxiety, anguish, because we're not supping with the true power that can give us health, longevity, wellness, peace of mind, stability. So it's time to come back to the fountain of pure spring water that can make us whole, put us back in our right mind, calm us down, settle us down when we're brought back into the right balance. Right now, we're out of balance or dis-ease, out of ease. So we're out of spiritual balance and connection with Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Let's go back to that. Isaiah 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they has prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. So the Lord's chosen, his anointed, are widows. We've been separated from our power, isolated and surrounded by our pimps, the other nations and their false gods, the rods of idolatry, abomination. So now we're trying to make our way back to the oasis of the fountain of living water. This doctrine being sprinkled on us, cleaning us up so we can put back on the white gown, the white robes, and be brought back into his mercy and grace to be cleaned up. Let's go to Revelation 15. So the unrighteous decrees are the anti-Christ doctrines or anti-Hamashiach that is embedded within the Roman model, the Roman construct, multiple gods, man on man, woman on woman, goddess worship, queen of heaven worship. So we have a cup or a mixture filled with abomination, which is keeping us under enchantment, a spell, but it's being broken by being cleaned or sprinkled with the word. Let's go here. Revelation 16, verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. So we ought to be putting on the robe of righteousness, putting on the garment of praise. So we ought to be dressed to impress with this heavenly wisdom, a new look, a new walk, a new talk. I'm thinking about Patti LaBelle. I got a new attitude. Anyway, inside joke. I'm tripping. Excuse me. Let's go here. Brother Mashiach or Razakah. 2 Peter 1 and 6. For we have not followed cunningly devised fables when we made known unto you the power and coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, but were eyewitnesses of his majesty, made known unto you. So we're caring for the damsel in distress by preaching words of comfort, preaching words of hope. A deliverer is coming. The husbandman is coming. The bridegroom is coming. Deliverance is coming. A beatdown to these pimps, these other nations, and their false gods is coming. Those that oppress you are going to be oppressed. That's coming. So we are promoting words of hope by the preaching of the gospel. Let's go to Revelation 1. The book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 5. And from Yahushua Hamashiach, who is the faithful witness and the first begotten of the dead, and the prince of the kings of the earth, unto him that loved us, washed us from our sins in his own blood. So this is the token of our virginity. As chaste virgins, we're being presented to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua through that sprinkling of the blood. Let's go back to 2 Corinthians 11, verse 2. For I am jealous over you with a godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach. So now we're able to renew our wedding vows. So our mind has been made over. Our look has been made over. Putting on the garments that's been washed by the word. So now we're becoming a new creature renewed through the Spirit every day. Where's that? 2 Corinthians 5, and I think it's 9. Watch me get lost. 2 Corinthians chapter 5. Where's that at? Where we're renewed daily. Inward man is renewed. One moment. Inward man, I think it's 2 Corinthians. If a brother can post that, I would appreciate it. So part of that being renewed in the spirit or made over is the inward man being cleaned up and made better each and every day, according to the gospel, according to the ministry. So this is being prepared for the bridegroom, because the word is what's making us over. This is the real spiritual makeover. Yeah, it's right here, verse 17. My goodness gracious. 2 Corinthians 5, verse 17. Therefore, if any man be in Hamashiach, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. Beautiful. So this is the new garment, the garment of praise, renewed through the raiment of salvation. Yep, let's get this one too. Brother Gabar Agash and Brother Bayan Yasharala. Tawada Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai for you men and women. 2 Corinthians 4 and 16. For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. So we got men that are helping to comfort the comely and delicate woman, and we got the beloved ladies of the hopeful elect that are making garments, sending gift packages, sending alms and donations, making fringes and making ointments and oils, beard lotions, and all types of things for the ministry. So the water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for the elect. So we are the damsel in distress, crying out to be delivered, making ourselves ready to be reunited with our husband. But we can't come to him with envy, wrath, filthy abominations of eating gross abominations. Not just eating shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster, but consuming the false doctrines of the religions of the other nations. That's also being filthy and abominable. So we are walking, looking strange, like the heathen, when we are not clothed in the full doctrinal ministry. Brother Zadok, Shalom, Barakatah. Oh, we got to get this one first. I almost missed it. Brother Gabar Adama, Revelation 14:2. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. So this new doctrinal melody, the elect is being piped, led to the wedding ceremony and the great supper, which is the return of the bridegroom. Revelation 14:3. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. So the elect are not defiled with the doctrines of man, with the religions of the other nations, with the idols of these heathen. The elect are not perverted by a strange woman, the daughter of Babylon, bugged out. So the elect are able to walk in the straight line. What's that test called? The sobriety test. Hey, the elect is going to pass the sobriety test, not bugged out or drunk off our ass off these strange doctrines and being pimped out by these other nations and passed to and from, bugged out. Let's go here to Brother Zadok. Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Every man should be teaching daily. This is a reasonable service. It don't take 30 days to do a 10-minute video. I mean, come on now. 30 days, I'm still working on my 10-minute lesson. You must be out of your damn mind. So this is a reasonable service. Yahweh Shai was beat beyond recognition, worse than Emmett Till. Okay? But we're complaining about an 8 or 10-minute video. Unbelievable. Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Beautiful. So the will of the Heavenly Father is to do what he asked us to do, to keep the marriage vows, to abide according to the contract, or we're going to be issued a bill of divorce. So his yoke is light, to follow charity, to follow brotherly love, to follow sacrifice, to uplift one another, to give or impart hope to one another, comfort each other through these words. The caveman going into captivity, no more poisonous foods, no more lead in the water, no more breathing in chemical trails. So we ought to be comforting the captive daughter of Zion, a damsel in distress, screaming for being violated by these savages of these other nations. If we're not doing that, then we are in compliance to adultery, spiritual fornication. Let's go here. Back to this widow that's crying out for these bugged out doctrines and these gross abominations. Lobster as a delicacy. Lobster is a shelled roach with damn claws. That's what that is, a shelled roach wearing armor. An armored roach is what you're eating when you eat a lobster, along with a shrimp. Let's go here. That's a knight of the sea, a shrimp. Isaiah 10, verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. And what will ye do in the day of visitation and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom will ye flee for help, and where will ye leave your glory? So if you've been slapping around the Lord's people, then you're going to be slapped around, oppressing his apple of his eye, his anointed. You got hell to pay. You're going to be beaten with many stripes. You're going to be in servitude. You're going to be at the bottom. You're going to meet hell on earth. Hardcore bondage and labor. Working 90-hour work weeks with no pay. Free labor, but working overtime day in and day out. Hell from beneath is moved to meet thee, caveman, and you other nations that are out there smiling right now, eating filet mignon and damn caviar, drinking champagne. All these niggers, they don't know what they're talking about. You ain't no damn Israelites. Well, we'll see about that. These other nations are proud as hell. I mean proud. Where else do I want to go? The widow is crying out. Poor, dirty, dismayed, depressed, hopeless. So we ought to be promoting hope where it seems hopeless. We ought to be strengthening those that feel defeated, that feel powerless, that feel weak. So if we're not feeding the sheep every day, you are guilty as charged. Crimes are against you, and blood is on your hands. Let's go to 2 Ezra 2. See? So we are promoting rest in a place of restlessness. Arise and depart, for this is not your rest. 2 Ezra 2, verse 24. Abide still, O my people, and take thy rest, for thy quietness still come. Nourish, say what? Nourish thy children, O thou good nurse. Establish their feet. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. So we need to hear this comfort. We need to hear this encouragement. I had no intention to go there. I went to the wrong spot. I meant to go here, but we needed to hear that too. 2 Ezra 2, verse 20. 2 Ezra 2, verse 20. Do right to the widow, judge for the fatherless, give to the poor, defend the orphan, clothe the weak. So we're feeding those that are thirsty and hungry for knowledge. We are clothing those that are trying to be born again, to put on the new garment of praise, put on the new garments of salvation. And we are providing fountains of living water, this wisdom and knowledge to those that are thirsty for knowledge. Let's read that again. We're defending the fatherless, the orphans. 2 Ezra 2 and 20. Do right to the widow, judge for the fatherless, give to the poor, defend the orphan, clothe the naked, heal the broken and the weak. Laugh not at a lame man to scorn, defend the maimed, and let the blind man come into the sight of my clearness. So if we can see, then we ought to show what we can see. What good is having a vision and saying, I can't tell you that, that's secret. No, we ought to share that hope, share that oracle, share that vision of the chariots coming down and delivering the oppressed, the fatherless, the downtrodden, the beat down. We are to share these visions of victory and these nations being carted off into cattle slavery or chattel slavery, whatever the hell you call it. I think it's chattel slavery. So we ought to share these dreams, these visions, these prophecies of the Gabar Ayash. Yeah, I'm still thirsty too. Let's go. Luke 4:17. And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it is written, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives and recovering of sight to the blind, and to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. So every year we're hearing about the caveman's accomplishments, who's gotten elected into the new Senate or the new government council, the cabinet meetings, it's all that garbage. They're all pre-selected anyway. Who's going to be the next governor? Every year we're celebrating the caveman. All right? This is vexation of spirit. Okay? Who won the NBA finals? That's owned by the caveman, by the way. The small hats, the little tic-tac hats on the NBA, the NFL. All right? What about us? When do we get the hell out of here? That's what we want to hear. Not who won the new damn world tournament of hockey or some garbage. How does that benefit us in this captivity? 2 Ezra 2, verse 26. As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. So even if we are teaching or if we have a leadership position, we ought to watch how we move, okay? Telling a member of our subordinates, the next time I tell you to do something, you better do it. You just said that to Jeremiah, Isaiah, Ezra, Ezekiel. You got an ass whooping coming to you. You just don't know it. So we ought to not allow our positions to get in the way of our salvation. How many want to be talked to like that? The next time I ask you to do something, God, you get it done like that. Okay, you just cursed out Ezekiel. That's your ass. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. All right? To beat his servants. Where's that at? If he begin to whip or beat his servants. So the first shall be last. The last shall be first. Watch how we move. We don't know who's underneath us in our congregations. Okay? You just cursed out Hosea, Obadiah. We ought to shake Obadiah's hand, by the way, for cursing out the caveman. His entire book is dedicated to cursing out these cave beasts. Instead of yelling at him and cursing him out, we ought to be shaking his hand and congratulating the man, all the men of the Lord. Where's that at? Begin to beat. I got to look it up. My memory is getting worse through my age. Let's go to Luke 12. The book of Luke, chapter 12. Let's go to 43. Luke 12 and 43. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Providing that which is good is what we want to be found doing. The will of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. What's meat is something good. Teaching and preaching, feeding the lambs. Verse 44. Of a truth I say unto you, that he will make him ruler over all that he hath. But, and if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to beat the men servants and maidens, and to eat and drink, and to be drunken. The Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in sunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. So many are going to say in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? So these are individuals that know right, that know good, that know the doctrine. If we know better, we do better. Unquote. From that, the beloved elder Manatazak out of South Carolina. But if we're acting like a savage, but we know that this is not right, then we're going to die in our own ignorance and prideful, willful ignorance, that's worse. The Lord is going to settle the score and level the playing field. All types of games are commencing right now. Psalms 105 and 14. He suffered no man to do them wrong, yea, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm. So we got to move with wisdom. If we feel we have committed an offense, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Okay, how do we move forward? I didn't mean it this way. I meant it this way, you took it that way. Let's move forward in brotherly charity, diligence, and dedicated service. So we are following to the best of our ability the leader of our faith, the shepherd of our faith, Yahweh Shai. Let me get one more. I'm going to close out. My voice is dry. Let's get this. Yep. Matthew 25, verse 40. Let's go to 36. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. These are diligent men that are clothing the naked with the garment of praise. You see, this gospel of salvation, feeding the lambs that are hungry for knowledge and thirsty for wisdom. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee and hungered and fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick or in prison and came unto thee? We are in bondage and servitude in the lands of our captivities. So this is addressing the Lord's flock, the dispersed or the diaspora, his lambs that need to be fed daily. And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. So Obadiah is in your congregations. Jeremiah is in your congregations. Ezekiel, Ezra, Hosea. So we got to watch how we move or what comes out of our mouth, because there's a price tag. Everything we do in this life comes with a price. Nothing in this world is free. Nothing in this world is free. Let's go to verse 23 and close out here at 44. I was a stranger, and ye took me not in. Naked, and ye clothed me not. Sick and in prison, and ye visited me not. So we ought to be teaching daily. We're visiting those that feel lonely, visiting those that feel hopeless, visiting those that are sick and being in bondage, vexation of spirit, serving at the bottom and afflicted, vexed by this damn devil. And we got men sitting back watching for entertainment. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee an hungered, or athirst, or a stranger, or naked, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee? Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these, ye did it not to me. We got to watch how we move. The image of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is in our congregation. The spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is amongst us in our congregations. So we ought to be feeding them with comfort and wisdom, hope, knowledge, and being seasoned in how we display or exhibit that knowledge and information. Not to be downing them, like patronizing. Like, how the fuck do you not know that? That's patronizing. I'm above you, so I'm getting ready to talk down to you like you deserve to be underneath me. That's patronizing, abusive. But anyway, I've talked long enough. Hopefully this lesson has been edifying. Oh, let's get this one. Yeah, yes, sir. Yahweh Shai said, you ain't going to close out now. Read this. Okay, let's do it. Yes, sir. Matthew 12 and 36. Matthew 12 and 36. But I say unto you, that every idle word that man shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. So many are in the truth just to be marked. It's like, you ever had an assignment and you knew the pages that you wrote, you're going to throw them out. You just put a highlighter on there or X that page. You was just a practice page. Many are called, but few are chosen. So there's a 144,000 the governorship, and then there's a large multitude, a remnant from every nation. Peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues of the descendants of Jacob. Elect. So you take that highlighter, mark it for trash, recycle bin. You see? But then there's set pages that you begin to number, measured amongst the Lord's flock, measured or sealed to be added or compiled in that book of life. Marvel not, how is that worded? But marvel that your names are written in heaven. Somebody, I think it's Luke 10, somewhere around verse 18, maybe. You know, but marvel or be thankful that your names are written in heaven. So these are those that are measured, that met up to the measurement, which really is granted by the mercy and grace of Yahweh through Yahweh Shai, meet for the master's use. All right, let's go ahead and end it there. I wanted to get that last one, though, that your names are written in heaven. So the elect are prescribed by a decree from on high, measured out and meted to suit the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Brother Gemara Adama, Galatians 3 and 10. For as many as are of the works of the law are under the curse, for it is written, cursed is every one that continueth not in all things which are written in the book of the law to do them. So this is why we got to have an intercessor, Yahweh Shai. Because where we fall short, the mercy seat protects us. So we are protected by the intercessor, the judge, which has been delegated to Yahushua. Let's get one more, or the Gabar Adama. Luke 10:21. In that hour, Yahushua rejoiced in spirit and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, that thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes. Even so, Father, so is it seen good in thy sight. We need that rock. We need that mediator. We need him. Beautiful. First, Luke, okay, skip. Luke 10:20, right here. So without Yahushua, we're dead in the water. Without a mediator or a bridge back to our husband, whenever you're going through, if there's a divorce or contention in the marriage, you're ordered by the judge to go see or talk to a mediator to bring that marriage back into session. So that mediator brings the bride back to the husband through a order or a decree, which is reconciled or brought back into harmony in that marriage. So that mediator is Yahushua. Luke 10:20, notwithstanding in this rejoice, that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven. Beautiful. So that's the said number that's measured out. These are the pages that are kept, the names of the elect. The comely and delicate woman has been cleaned up and adorned with beautiful ornaments, trinkets and trinkets, made white, purified by the word, and being prepared to be reunited with Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by being renewed and made into a new creature spiritually. Hopefully this lesson has been edifying. All praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. All praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. All praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. By Hashem, Rakwakadash, Barakatham, Barakatham, Barakatham. Kwam Yasharala, and the Bad Babal. We got next, Lord willing. Shalom. And the water for posting the scriptures, the water for the beloved elect, for helping to be a part of this ministry, whether that's in spirit, helping even your presence, that we can see that this ministry is growing. So where two or more are gathered in the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua's power is present within the midst of this lesson, of this congregation. So we're going home soon out of Wanwatazah. We're seeing chariot sightings daily. Wars are percolating in the Middle East. Okay? So we're getting close. This is not the time to slough off or kick back and just say I made it because I know I'm an Israelite. So I can just sit back and eat caramel popcorn and eat Twizzlers and drink Mellow Yellow with our feet up. Shalom. See you on the next lesson, Lord willing. Love you. Barakatham. Kwam Yasharala. Rise, Israel. Shalom. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Shalom.